Hello, it's April. I just had a project that I finished that I wanted to share. It's a freezing cold Sunday afternoon in Michigan. We just got dumped on with a bunch of snow last night. So hopefully that's almost over. It hasn't snowed today, but the ground is covered. And actually, we should be lucky because this is like the third or fourth bad snow we've had all winter, which is very odd for Michigan. But anyhow, this is the retro-fitted mini album from Kathy Orta. She did a YouTube series. She's the paper phenomenon, if you're not familiar with her. I just watched the YouTube series, and I don't know if it's exactly like hers, but it is constructed basically the same. I don't know why this is called a mini album, because it's humongous. It's 8 by 10, and it's thick. It's 8 by 10, it's 8 pages. The pages are 9 by 10 at their widest point. It's the hidden hinge binding system. And this is what it looks like. For the paper line, this is a gift for someone that is very close to our family. It is her 70th birthday coming up. So my mom had requested that I make her a mini album, and she was going to take it with her. And now we have to ship it to her because it's so big, it's not going to fit into her carry-on or anything. So anyhow, the paper line that I used is the Martha Stewart Stitched. I think it's called Stitched. And of course, I'm not seeing it on here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Stitched. Yes, Stitched. 12 by 12 paper pad. Oops. 36 pages, double-sided. I was so afraid I was going to run out of paper. But as you can see, here are all my scraps. And I still have all these 12 by 12s. Sheets of paper left over. So actually, I didn't use as much as I thought. But I did incorporate some regular cardstock that you get at Michael's, like this kind of paper, into it to kind of alleviate using all the paper. But I guess I could have used more, but hindsight is 20/20. So this is the album. It's 8 by 10, like I said. I used the hidden hinge binding system, and I actually used gold duct tape on the binding. And for right now, I just put some flat back pearls all the way down both sides. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else right here. I haven't decided. And this is the cover. And I just made, this was a McGill punch. Let me zoom in down here for you. This is a McGill punch that I used with the paper and just put a pearl in the center. These are the little rosebuds I made with paper punches. Those are made with paper punches. These are the Donna Salazar Spellbinders. It's the Spiral Flowers die cuts. I can't exactly remember the name right now. Or Bitty Blossoms. This is the Bitty Blossoms. And these leaves are either from the Rose Creation Donna Salazar Spellbinders dies or from the Bitty Blossoms. I don't remember because I mixed them all together. And I just used this horrible, like Dayglow green cardstock paper, and sprayed it with Tattered Angels in Aquamarine. And it made it a pretty green, so that worked out. And then up here is another flower that is made from the Donna Salazar Rose Creations. And these, if you don't have this die, it is so easy to make these flowers. It comes with the hole already punched into the center, so you just have to slip your brad in there, and you get these beautiful flowers. for the plate on the front, what I actually did was, it's about 3 pieces of black cardstock that I used Spellbinder's Decorative Frames die, the Frameabilities, which looks like this, which really confused me, and I'll show you why. And maybe somebody else ran into this problem. The package says 4 dies. So I opened it up, and I bought this a few months ago and haven't used it. So I just opened it up yesterday. So I open it up, and looking at the picture, I would think there's this die, and these 2 dies. So I open up the package, and here's the 2 small ones. And then there's this. And I'm like, oh my God, they didn't cut it out all the way, because it's clearly 1 die. But, you know, so I looked online, and apparently that's just the way it's made. So if you get this and you cut this out, it doesn't cut out this shape. I actually had to use scissors to cut this out. It embossed it with all of this, but the only part that came out was if you did it with to cut it, not emboss it alone. It cut out this smaller frame and the center, so you end up with this piece and then the piece that comes in the center. Actually, I have a couple scraps. So it came out with this piece, and then this piece, and then this would be cut out of there. So I thought it was made wrong, but it's not. It's just the way it is. So in case you buy this, or you're looking to buy it, just know that. So what I did was I just ran the whole thing, this whole thing, through just the embossing plates. So it embossed it really nicely, and it is a pretty frame, but like I said, I had to hand cut the large frame out. So I took 3 pieces of black cardstock and glued them together, and then used gold leaf rub and buff and rubbed that on. And some of the black is actually still showing through, which I thought was kind of cool. And then I just used, these are paper brads that I got at the dollar store, like the office supply brads. They're a little bit larger than like a scrapbooking brad, but I just used some wood veneer letters from Pink Paisley and glimmer misted those in the aquamarine, which is the same color I used on the roses, but I gave it more of a blue tint, and just used some trim down the side. So I'm gonna zoom back out here. All right, and these, I put photo corners on the top and bottom, and on the inside and out. And I actually got these at Oriental Trading Company, and I got, I think, 60 of them for like cheap. And they come with the brad ends on them, but I just cut them off with my Tim Holtz scissors and glue them on and use them. So in case you're looking for some inexpensive photo frames, because I really can't afford Tim Holtz stuff right now. They work just as well. So this is the inside. And I had actually gone, because with the stitch paper line, I couldn't find any embellishments that go with it. So one day I'd gone to Michael's and found some embellishments on clearance from K & Company.